When the cookie dough you just tried to make starts taking over the kitchen, there's a very good chance you just messed up. No. No, 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 I muttered as I looked around in panic, desperately searching for someone to help me out of this mess. I should have waited for my cousins to come home, but they had gone out to get groceries and I wanted to surprise them. I had cast this spell, one that magically doubled the size of whatever you needed, at least a dozen times, and it had always worked perfectly. I figured I was safe doing it again without adult supervision, but apparently I was wrong. And now I was well on my way to being eaten by chocolate chip cookie dough. Oh, how the tables had turned. If only 6-year-old me had known this was how I was going to go. As soon as I had cast the spell, the cookie dough swelled in size, along with my chest as I proudly looked at my handiwork. I was getting better at casting spells, but it was still such a novelty that whenever I pulled one off successfully, I was hit with a mixture of, I really did that, and, holy crap, magic is real. The novelty definitely hadn't worn off just yet. But when the cookie dough kept rising and spilling out of the mixer and onto the floor, my swollen pride quickly deflated and was replaced by panic. Definitely panic. It rose up into my throat as I tried desperately to find a solution. I didn't know a counterspell. I had never needed a counterspell before. So what was I supposed to do? The cookie dough absorbed the metal container that held all the wooden spoons and spatulas in the kitchen with a strange slurping sound. I couldn't help but wonder if that slurp was going to be the last thing I heard before my death when I was inevitably eaten by the cookie dough. No, I could run away. Of course, I'd then have a whole lot of explaining to do, and Kaylee would be annoyed that someone in our family once again managed to draw the attention of the non-magical folk to our witch powers. But at least I wouldn't die the world's most embarrassing death. It would be a delicious death, though. I had to do something to stop things from getting that far. I grabbed my phone and immediately texted my Aunt Lucy, knowing she was home just down the street. Help! Magic emergency, come now! In the meantime, I had to do something. The dough had expanded, dropped onto the floor, and was now oozing its way between the cabinets and the kitchen island. I was only a few feet away, so I took a step back and grabbed my wand. What spells did I know that could stop something like this? I didn't really know a lot of spells yet, but I did know one that could make things smaller. Maybe that would work. I pointed my wand at the dough and said the words, "Saturn, god of wealth, turn this dough into a quarter of its former self." Closing my eyes, I focused every ounce of power I had into my wand. I desperately needed this spell to work, and as I felt the magical energy inside of me dissipate out the wand, I looked at the dough. It worked. The dough had shrunk to about half its size, but my joy was quickly replaced with disappointment as I realized that it immediately began to grow again.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.